Hey there. Are you a big fan of juicy domestic drama, contemporary women's fiction, chick lit? Do you love authors like Bernice McFadden, Terry McMillan, Charmaine Wilkerson? Well, stick around for this quick episode of If You Love This Book, Then You Should Read That Book, West African Authors Edition. Hello, literarians. Welcome back to the Literary Lori YouTube channel. I am Literary Lori, here with your daily dose of literary life support, trying to make your literary life pop, trying to make your reading life, your writing life, your literary travel and tourism life better than ever. So today's literary life support is book recommendations. I want to share with you 4 books that I think you will love if you love books that fall into the category of contemporary women's fiction, chick lit, book club fiction, domestic dramas. So if you've been following this channel, you know that I had the opportunity to live in a library in Ghana and got to read a lot of contemporary African authors. And I had my mind blown and my kind of stereotypes and preconceived notions blown out of the water about what contemporary African authors are writing about. And so I got some great recommendations. So what I'm recommending today comes not just from me, but from other West African readers and writers who made these recommendations, because they're the experts. So I am making my recommendations based on the recommendations of other more qualified people, so you know these are good. Are you ready? Let's get to them. All right, first book. If you loved The Secret Life of Church Ladies by Disha Philia, a wonderful collection of short stories all centered around disaffected women, then you should love Someone Birthed Them Broken. And I'm checking the authors because I want to say them correctly. The author of Someone Birthed Them Broken is Ama Asatewa Diaka. This is a collection of short stories of contemporary Ghanaian young people meaning, I'm so old, young people, 20s and 30s, getting started in life. So we're talking about stories that have to do with, finding that first job, getting married, having kids, not wanting kids, parental pressure, just contemporary stories, contemporary issues. But the author is an exquisite writer. She's a poet. And so the writing is amazing. And the stories, again, there's nothing massively dramatic. That's why I say these are domestic drama or women's fiction, but we're just hearing about the lives of young people in contemporary Ghanaian culture. So the characters are really interesting. In fact, some of the stories are interlinked, so some of the characters show up in, other stories, but you just get this great insight into contemporary Ghanaian culture, what the young people are dealing with as they're starting their lives, and it's just wonderful. And I guarantee if you loved Secret Life of Church Ladies, you will enjoy this too. Again, because she's such an exquisite writer, you get the insights of the culture, and it's just a fabulous book. And it's a quick book, it's not too long, so you can really devour it probably in one sitting, 1 or 2 sittings. All right, that's book number 1. Let's move on to book number 2. All right, book number 2. If you loved Fruit of the Lemon by Andrea Levy, then you will love Sankofa, which is by the author Chimbundu Onuzo. Now, this book, which I think was a Reese Witherspoon pick, I'm not sure, but I think it was. This book is about a woman of a certain age who is recently divorced. Her daughter is grown, and she's trying to figure out, who she is if she's not a mother and she's not a wife. She kind of gave up her profession as an architect when she got married, and now she's just figuring out who she is. Turns out her mother is a white British woman. Her father was an African man who she never knew. And so at this stage of her life, she decides to go to her father's country, which is a fictitious country in the book, but it's so obviously Ghana. I mean, it's obviously Ghana. The book is called Sankofa, for goodness sake. But her father is the president of this fictitious country. So she discovers this and then decides to go to that country and try to find her father and try to find herself. I loved this book. One, I love a book with a protagonist who is over age 30. It's a coming of age adult story because she is figuring out who she is. And it also is, another amazing story where you get embedded into a different African culture. Again, it's a fake country, but it is obviously Ghana. So you get a lot of insight into the culture and politics of this country. It's totally a domestic drama. It's, this woman is dealing with post-divorce adult children, making a connection with her father as an adult woman. If you love those type of issues, you will love this book. All right, book number 3. If you loved Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson, an epic family tale that crisscrosses the world and involves food, then you will love Butter Honey Pig Bread by Francesca Ekwuasi. This book was by far my favorite book that I read while I was in Ghana. Now, the author is Nigerian, and like Black Cake, it is a multi-generational family story. The family in question, though, is a mother and her twin daughters. They're Nigerian, but this book spans the one twin ends up in Canada, one twin ends up traveling all over the world, chasing her career dreams to be a chef, but also there is a family secret, a family tragedy that everybody's reeling from. Not going to give it away, but again, it has that same feeling of Black Cake where the family kind of secret and tragedy is being unraveled throughout the story. Meanwhile, we get to watch the one sister baking and cooking and eating this amazing food. I read this book from the library, so I still have to get a copy because I want some of the recipes because they're so delicious. So if you love Black Cake, definitely get your hands on a copy of Butter Honey Pig Bread. It's powerful, it's intense, but it's really, really good. Top-notch domestic drama. All right, 4th book. If you loved Tayari Jones's An American Marriage, then you will probably also love His Only Wife by Peace Medier. So, His Only Wife is kind of a Cinderella story where we have a young Ghanaian woman who's from like a village in Ghana, and she is given I don't want to say the opportunity, but she is selected to marry a wealthy businessman from Accra. And when I say selected, it's kind of an arranged marriage. The thing is, the wealthy businessman doesn't really know that he's marrying this woman. It's kind of complicated. I don't want to give the secrets away, but it truly is a Cinderella, like she goes from country mouse to city mouse. There's romance, there's female empowerment, and it's a quick, fun read. It gives a little bit of Real Housewives of Accra energy to it, but ultimately it is a woman's empowerment story. And again, if you loved An American Marriage, this book is also it's about a marriage, but it's more about the women in marriages and what does marriage mean, and why would you stay in a marriage if it's not satisfying to you. It's a good one, and again, it's another pretty quick read. And it's a great domestic drama by all accounts. There's drama in this one, and it's kind of messy. So those are my suggestions. Those are 4 really good examples of contemporary women's fiction or chick lit, whatever you want to call it. I really think you will love all of these books if you like the books that I mentioned. If you do like them, or if you have some other suggestions for contemporary West African authors that write women's fiction or chick lit, domestic dramas, whatever you want to call it, leave them below in the comments so we can add some books to our own TBR lists. And and we'll go from there. That's it for today's video. Keep reading, keep writing, and enjoying your literary life. Bye.